happening today here in the Wrigleyville neighborhood, right outside the Metro. And the story today is the concert happening at the Metro. First of all, Metro's been around for 40 years of bringing you some of the best live music in Chicago. Intimate place, about 1,000 people. And then you have the Smashing Pumpkins, Chicago's very own. As the rain starts to fall, they're performing here, and this is where they broke. This is where people knew who they were. They knew they were from Chicago. That's what's happening here. 40 years of celebrating Metro, and then you got the Smashing Pumpkins, and all brought together by the folks at Q101, another Chicago institution that was around forever. They made alternative rock music here in Chicago, went away for a little while, but now they're back. So they're celebrating by having Billy Corgan and the gang hanging out at the Metro, and people are lining up. It's raining, but it's gonna be a hell of a show. So I'm gonna bring you the sights and sounds of what it's like to hang out at an intimate show like this with a band like this. That is the story from this 78. That is Wrigleyville.
On Q101. So you guys got in, text all your friends right now and say, listen, you can hear the show on Q101 live in about, about 10 minutes? Yeah. 10 minutes? So text everybody you know, post it, and say you can listen to the show on Q101. We love you guys. Oh yeah, the Smashing Pumpkins are coming up in 10 minutes! Let's go!
All right, I'm gonna release the secret right now because we're all friends and you guys are cool and you won. So here we go. Night 1, Tuesday, December 6th with Portugal, the man, Bob Moses and Beach Bunny. Yes. Night 2 of Twisted, Thursday, December 8th with Jack White.
Jack White, let's go!
I don't think they heard you.
Jack White! Jack White! I think they got it. And finally, night 3, Friday, December 9th with the 1975!
Right, so you just heard the announcement from Twisted. It's back this year, first time in forever. Q101's back. And I thought, you know what? Why don't I go to the source? I have Allie here from Brian, Allie, and Justin in the morning on Q101, and you did this huge announcement, which had to be pretty crazy to do, being it's the first time Twisted's been back in years. So welcome. How are you?
Thank you, Tom. It's such a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, and it's a pleasure for me to talk. You have a mutual friend, which is Brian, but he's big time now since he's Mr. Morning Show guy. He can't talk to me anymore. But either way, you're a very much more pleasant option, so I will take you any day. So
Brian's great too.
Yes, he is. And I heard you lost a bet this morning, and this interview was in question. So I appreciate you making the effort to get through that fetal position that you were in this morning because of a lost bet, right?
Yeah. So I did the 1 chip challenge because I lost Know It Allie, and I have to say that I would rather go through childbirth than eat that chip again. But I've never had a child, and I know nothing can be as painful as that chip.
Yeah, I've never had a child either. I never birthed one, but I wouldn't want to do. I'd rather probably do that than eat. That sounds like my own personal health. But
right.
Thank you for joining me. The Twisted show. Let's get into that though, because that is a great lineup. Wait, can you just run down the highlights again? Just because I think it was such a great thing, and then we'll talk about the Pumpkin show that you made this huge announcement at.
Yeah. So Twisted is back, Q101 is back, and we decided to bring our Christmas show Twisted back. And something really cool that Q101 does is every Christmas at the Aragon, we do like not just one night, but several nights in a row. And this year we've got such a stacked lineup. One of the shows is already sold out, the 1975, that's on December 9th. And playing with them are Black Star Kids. Thursday, these tickets are going so fast right now, December 8th. Jack White.
Yeah, that's huge. Did you see him at the Aragon?
Right. Yeah. And to think like an artist that big, you could see them that up close and personal. And Jack White, I don't know if you've ever seen him before, but at a lot of his smaller shows, like you have to like put your phone in your case, in a case, you know, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And this one, you don't have to do it at. So
That's
you
awesome.
could like, yeah, it's going to be cool. And
yeah, he's
then,
like old school. He wants people to enjoy the music, not record it on their phone, which I totally understand. But at the same time, people want to document things nowadays.
right. You have to brag that you were there, right? You have to
Right.
brag
That's
that
got to
you
be
were at,
your reel on Instagram, right? Or your
Yeah.
TikTok.
exactly. And it's so funny too, because whenever I record stuff at shows, I never go back and look at it.
No, neither do I. And I
Yeah.
spend so much damn time doing it. And as I'm doing it, sometimes like, I'm never going to watch this. Like,
Exactly.
what am I going to? It's on my Instagram. It's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the first night is Portugal the Man. And they're playing with a band called Bob Moses.
Yeah.
So great. You have to check out Bob Moses. They're one of my favorite. And then Locals Beach Bunny. They are
Yeah,
so
Chicago
cool.
band. Yeah.
Yeah, they played at Lala and they did a pop-up for us at Lala, and it was sick. They're so good. So I'm really excited about all these shows. It's Tuesday, December 9th is Portugal the Man, or December 6th is Portugal the Man. Thursday, December 8th is Jack White. And then the 1975 are on December 9th. So it's going to be a busy week right before the holidays at the Aragon.
Yeah, but it sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. And to see, I saw Portugal the Man a little bit at Riot Fest even, and they put on an awesome show. But like you said, it's like when I was a kid growing up, Q101 did all these shows. It was like a rite of passage. You had to do it. So it's so great that it's back. But a band that Q101 broke back in the day was the Smashing Pumpkins. And that's where you made this announcement on stage. That had to be a lot of fun just to be a part of that, and broadcasting it live on the radio, which never happens anymore, was awesome.
So this was like the most Chicago thing that could have happened, right? Because it's the Metro's 40th anniversary.
Right. Yeah. There's that too.
Yeah. So Joe Shanahan had a part in this show. The Smashing Pumpkins, they are like back, and Q101 is back. So it was like this trifecta of Chicago. Like the only way it could have been more Chicago was like catered by Portillo's or something, like
right. Or deep dish pizza passed along everywhere with a shot of Malort, right?
Exactly. Yes. and like I did a little ticket giveaway beforehand. I mean, the only way you could get tickets was if you called the radio station. So that's like old school radio. It was so cool. We were giving away a pair of tickets every half hour for more than a week, and it was bananas. It was like all hands on deck. Everybody get together and let's get these winners in. And I had a ticket giveaway beforehand for like 2 hours right before the show. And it was so cool because everybody that showed up that wanted to get in, they all had some sort of story about the Smashing Pumpkins, like seeing them around town or at the Metro at their first show there. And it was just so special. Like that was what made the show for me, was hearing the people's stories beforehand. I mean, obviously the show was incredible.
Yeah,
and it was
long.
It was packed. Yeah. And I love going to shows like that because everybody knows every single word. Everyone there was a huge fan. And I even heard songs that I haven't heard in like 9 years or something like that, or 10 years. Yeah. So it just kind of brings you back. And music is that thing that it's such an emotional connection for people. And it was one of the most memorable things of my life, I think, that show.
Yeah, and it really made me remember the way radio was back in the day with the ticket giveaways exclusively to the radio station. It really reflects the power of a radio station can have for a city, especially a city like Chicago, because we are not on either coast. We're right here. We're our biggest thing, and Chicago loves talking about Chicago. Hence my website.
Exactly.
Ding, ding.
Exactly.
And then you also...
Sorry. Just to let you know, for the people that didn't get in, we were broadcasting live, and the Marquee Sports Network that does the Cubs.
Yeah.
So Billy's like a huge fan of the Cubs, and they teamed up with the Smashing Pumpkins and us, and they're gonna like be broadcasting it at 9:30 this Sunday. So if you have the Marquee Sports Network, you can watch the show.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, they just started doing that.
Yeah, and G-Man Tavern is going to have a watch party too this Sunday.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. Oh, that's
I
so
know.
great. And then it's a way for people to just relive that if they were there, or to be able to see what it was like to be in there. Because to be in the Metro for a band like that, a Chicago band, was awesome. It was like a once in a lifetime thing for sure. Before I let you get out of here, you also have another thing we got to talk about, which is the Halloween show you guys got coming up too, which is another fun little thing.
Yeah, so our Halloween bash pop-up, it's at the Cubby Bear. Very cool. It's got two
same
bands.
Neighborhood.
Two bands that we love, the Rival Sons and Giovanni and the Hired Guns. And it's cool because, again, it's a free show. So you just have to go to Q101.com, secure your ticket, and show up. And that's it. And there's going to be a costume contest. And the bands are doing something really cool too, where they're going to play some songs as themselves. And then they're going to do a set as a different band. So Giovanni and the Hired Guns are going to be Green Day, American Idiots. Yeah. And then Rival Sons have something up their sleeve that they have not announced yet. So
perfect. It's like a great way to spend Halloween.
Yeah.
Allie, it's been such a pleasure talking with you. You are on in the mornings, Monday through Friday. Brian, Allie, and Justin, starting at what time do you guys get on? At 5?
6 a.m.
6 a.m. Okay. Not too bad. Not too terrible, but
not terrible. And tune in now because we have a new studio. We've got cameras so you can watch us like screw up live.
Right. That just launched this week, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so people can see you lose another bet on the stream and see the suffering that ensues afterwards. So hopefully it won't be you all the time. Hopefully, I know you guys play pranks on each other in the morning, which I think is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
And people can find that at the stream. What's the website for them?
Yeah, Q101.com. And there's a tab right at the top that says watch Brian, Allie, and Justin live. And if you don't catch it when it's live, it's up for 24 hours. So
have a great weekend. And again, thanks for hanging out and chatting with me.
Anytime.
In the summer of 1988. Don't tell him that. It seems like yesterday plus 7 LSD trips. Tonight, so bright. Tonight.
I literally just tossed it on my head.